It is totally okay, Joe.
You should punch Nazis.
How can you not be allowed to? Like, how is that against the law? Well, it would be now, but like, I'm talking like 30 years ago. Why didn't we write that in the law?
I mean, changing shit now, it's right in there now.
Yeah.
I don't
Real
think they're gonna.
Well, vote for me for your next chocolate president, and I'll put it in there. You're welcome.
Oh yeah, let's switch on my show. I'd be president, you're vice president. Now you're president. You go.
That's true.
Can I be the secretary of the state?
I think I have
you
you
around with like a pad.
Can I just stay home and you pay me?
I'd have Trevor definitely work with foreign affairs. I feel like he'd handle that better than
Viva
any of
la
us.
revolution.
Yeah,
See?
you definitely got to have him with foreign affairs. You're 100%. And also, because if you made me the Secretary of State, you'd be like, so did you speak with the Prime Minister? And I'd be like, no, but I filled the mini refrigerator in the hall.
And then
it's
James,
like, I just your secretary.
I would say James, I want to keep him off of TV and away from microphones.
I want to be the press secretary.
Don't give me no power.
Dude, if this press secretary that we got going on now can just say whatever to whoever, however, please make me your press secretary. Please make me your... I am going to go full Jersey every time they piss me off.
Oh, that'd be so freaking funny.
I will kick no one out. In fact,
lock the doors. You're trapped. You're listening.
I'd be like, the president stopped talking a while ago. I'm just going to keep going. I think there should be a new policy.
Okay, I'll give you that job if we could find a job for James. I'd want him on the team.
I thought he'd be vice.
No, he's too reckless for vice.
In fact, I think he would be like your hardliner. He'd be like, what? What?
I'll be your advisor. I'll give you ideas.
Oh shit! You know what we would do? We would talk him, but no. We would talk him into running against me. Just have him just going on the microphone, just because he wouldn't even be paying attention. Like, I don't feel like talking about this shit. What?
Yeah, I know.
He decides to run against you, so you'd win.
Yep. Yeah. Then he comes on. Then he joins the team.
There you go. That's how you do it.
Yep.
Oh my God. Would you still institute Sunday cookouts?
Oh, cookouts. There'd be an institution for those. There would be a special day for those.
National Mall, man. Come on. Giant cookout.
Special day for those. And
like Super Bowl holiday.
Definitely. The cookout. I'm telling you right now, the cookout at the White House, Mick. I would need you to be checking the door. You're allowed to say who comes in and comes out.
That's what your CIA is for. That's your CIA. Yeah, I mean, what are they called? I don't
Secret Service. I'm not taking a bullet for him.
No.
I want a better job than that. I'm not wearing a tie.
Listen.
Secret Service.
You think I'm gonna be wearing a suit and tie if I was the president? Hell no, I'm gonna be dressing comfortable and normal. Like, listen.
Oh yeah, and whenever Fox News would be talking about it, I'd be like, "Up yours, dude."
Be yourself.
I would call in.
No, you know what? You'd be like you'd be on
time for some head to toes,
like Key and Peele. How was talking for Barack when he was angry?
Oh yeah,
he was
angry.
That's because you're a lot taller than me.
That's funny.
What? What did you say?
What? Like, here he goes. I'll be all proper and everything. Then you go talking all wild to everybody.
Dude, that would at least be like an inauguration party that like all the actual celebrities would want to go to.
Yes. Oh, it'd be a good time. We would get nothing done. What the fuck are you guys doing?
We get plenty done.
Bad. I can't even.
No, we'd get some. See, the thing is, you have to have smarter people around you.
United Federation of Countries.
You have to have smarter people around you. You just be the face of the franchise. The smart people around you doing the stuff, taking care of stuff. You know.
First order of business.
Roddenberry, where are you now? Oh, you're dead.
No, make us president, and that's what that's going to be my coalition. I'm going to work with Space Force, NASA.
I'm going to make the Power Rangers.
I don't quite know how it's going to go with someone else in the space world, but I would try and team up with China to do it. And we're going to go space traveling.
Oh, I already told you about the barbecue, the national bar. That's going to be everybody's invited to the cookout. That's how you bring people together.
Well, in my space traveling cookouts, it's going to be color coded. Red, gold, blue.
You're right. The whites are going to be going up there fast. Like, I ain't going up there. I'm
it's going to be color coded.
Yeah, you have to color code that one. There's like 6 of us going up there. It ain't going to be me. Like, now you guys go up there if you want.
Oh my
See?
God.
I can't even get on a plane. There's no way I'm getting on a fucking rocket.
Just because I said space travel, did I in no way did I think any of us were prepared for that space travel. I meant like astronauts.
Wow.
Like
I thought you wanted to be there as Captain Kirk.
Oh, that would be cool. I mean,
we wouldn't be chosen for that.
True.
Lightsaber. I want a lightsaber so bad. Like that's something I'd be spending some money on. That's something that would piss me. Like, listen,
no, you got to watch Rick and Morty before you do.
Oh, I've seen that when they dropped it. You don't think that? All right, Mick. You don't think me, you, James, and Trevor would be mature enough for a lightsaber?
No, 100% not. 1000%.
I mean, it's a huge, flat, flashing phallic symbol that cuts through things.
Well, you're just turning me on.
Who could not want to just play with something?
I'll accidentally slice my dog in half.
I will destroy everything. I would accidentally drop it down to the core.
Oh, like, yeah. It'll be like the Rick and Morty, exactly, or drop it.
That was so I feel like if we did something like that, not only would we drop it through the floor, we probably drop it through like our foot or leg somehow, something stupid. Showing off on the bag. Yo, look at this. There goes the mic. There goes the TV.
I love our like just humans in general.
I like
you ever just think about it, like all the shit they do in movies. We're watching James Bond, we're watching all these different movies and stuff that are action packed, and you like think about it and you're like, not so much now, but maybe when you were younger, you're like, I could do that. And like when I was younger, I was a bit of a traveler and a bit of a thrill seeker. Like I wasn't like crazy or anything like that, but you know, I did enjoy going on my little adventures. And then like you're faced with something that's like, wow, could I do that in a movie? And then you're faced with it later on in real life, and you're like, wow, I cannot.
Nope, not at all. Not at all. Like
I applaud the people who can.
Yeah. I still want a lightsaber though.
That's not something I feel.
You know what? Maybe not like a lightsaber.
Get a really expensive fake one.
I can't afford that right now. Maybe when I become president, I'll get one. Put it in the Oval Office. That's where we'd be doing.
If anyone has one, it's Eduardo Sanchez. So you know where to go.
Listen, Samuel L. Jackson.
Literally, the guy has one of the largest collections of Star Wars memorabilia on
That's
Earth.
Awesome.
Yeah. So, you know, if you're going to find a close to a lightsaber today, it's probably around his way.
Yeah. See.
I think that's the one mistake they made in Star Wars about the lightsaber. I think only Jedis should be able to use it. They're like their force when they hold it. I don't think anybody can just grab and use it.
That's the point.
Yeah.
they've even had to show that to people. Like, if you don't have the force, you're gonna be like this guy.
Like this guy just holding it.
We can work on getting the force.
It's an elaborate weed whacker. You know?
Wait. What is my job when you're president? Just figure out how to get the force.
No. I got it. No disrespect. I gotta have smarter people working on that. You're a nerd, but
I want to be.
I need like scientists working on some shit like that.
You could be the next Bernie. I see it. You want to make sure everybody gets it. So universal healthcare, that's happening, right? We're making that happen. Yeah, good.
Yeah, but everybody's not getting.
Well, it's going to be a nightmare to begin with, but
I disagree.
No, honestly, I mean, yeah. Well, honestly, right now, that is like the least of our worries. I mean. There are a couple books out there like Orwell's 1984, you know, Atwood kind of stuff that, you know, that kind of stuff is kind of what we should be fearing right now.
No, it's what we should be learning from.
What we should be learning from.
I know Universal works in like, is it Sweden or Switzerland? But I heard Canada has issues. Like you're on a waiting list. You got to wait forever for a doctor's appointment or some shit. Or I could be wrong, or
that's not what I've heard. I've heard people have tweeted that or said those.
Yeah, that's where I've probably seen it. Somewhere's like that.
But like I haven't heard that in official reports, you know. Like that, so.
I mean, I can reach out to a friend in Canada and ask him, like, hey, I have a question for you. Just about
reach out to a couple.
I think in Sweden, it's a situation where that the doctor will look at whatever the procedure might be and the necessity of getting it done. And that goes in within scheduling. which is not necessarily how we do it. It's, you know, whoever the insurance says is okay first. So from what I understand, Sweden, that's kind of why people complain about being slow. So say if you want to go in and get something done just because you haven't been getting it done, they're going to be like, well, you're going to have to wait a year because these people have things that they need done is ASAP. So
Yeah.
Well, our defense
it's
budget's going to be
inconvenient, but
our defense budget's
unfortunately,
going to be a little
yeah.
bit different because we're going to be accepting money in from the other countries in the Federation because we're all going to train a big military in each country.
Well, okay.
And then we're going to go to space.
We're gonna train them to attack us.
No, it's a federation. We would be a
listen.
federation of countries training each other's militaries, getting them situated, strengthening each other's borders and everything, and everybody wanted to
each
join.
other's food.
I would make sure. I'm not even president. He is, but I would make sure we could get like China on board. That'd be the big one, man. That'd be the big one. We're gonna talk them out of communism. That's what we're gonna do. One afternoon, Sturdy can do it. I bet it.
Oh yeah, I already know how to send over there. Ja Rule.
Oh, maniac! Why would you do that? Oh, as a sacrifice?
No, he's gonna handle it.
Gonna handle it?
Yeah, I have faith in Ja Rule.
Oh my God, I'm getting flashbacks to this administration.
Send Dennis Rodman.
I mean, you really can't convince people to change based on the American dream because as of today and
the
last couple of months, the American dream didn't exist. Well, it really doesn't now.
I'm going by the Roddenberry dream.
Who wouldn't? I mean, honestly, L. Ron Hubbard would be better than this shit. But that,
dude, you're going too far out from me.
It's that dire, boys and girls.
I'm just like focused on that star. I really like that red star behind you, Trevor.
Oh, thanks.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I was hoping it wasn't annoying. So
no, it's not. I love it. But we're gonna dive into Ghostwatch soon, people. We are gonna dive into Ghostwatch, and I'm just gonna tell you guys, I had a good time with this film. How you guys doing, by the way?
Doing good.
So kind of.
I had the day off. No work today. I just chilled.
James, I'm getting sick of your shit.
Listen, I'm a state worker. I can do what I want.
I seen you at work one day this week, which was hilarious, but still.
Wait until that starts bleeding.
I see it one time. I get sick and I can't go the next day.
I guess that's how it is. You hear this? You weren't even in the office the next day. You're working from home the next day. Oh shit! But yeah, we're here to talk about Ghostwatch. Came out in 1992. It was the first time watch for me.
1980.
Same.
Not me.
I'm like when it first started, I'm like, what the fuck is this? And then as it started like going and getting into it, I'm like, oh shit, this is good. This is good. Oh shit. As
soon as it started, I knew where it's going, and I'm like, I'm in. Because I watched it. It's kind of like me watching one of my shows now, except old school version.
Yeah.
It's like, I enjoyed it. And that's why when we did Late Night for the Devil a few weeks ago, it reminded me of this. And I was like, I think if they like that, they'll really like this.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, this was good. This was good.
It's kind of like Paranormal Activity got it. Like, I wonder if they got it like from that a little bit because it had vibes of Paranormal Activity.
Paranormal Activity might have like this was pretty influential. I mean,
this is massively influential on a lot of fronts, not just found footage.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, please keep going.
Oh, okay. So, well, this is not the first time I had seen Night Watch, but it was the first time I had watched it while watching a fair number of found footage films. One of the first things to point out that's really amazing about this is in 1992, it was aired on Halloween night in Britain by the BBC. It was hyped, but it was hyped in a way that people actually felt it was real. There were tons of people who contacted the BBC, one of which was a letter that a woman wrote because her husband soiled his pants. But the Rupert Murdoch tabloid media, which we'll talk about later, had spread concepts of people committed suicide and
Damn.
murder, and people were like, going into mental institutions because of Ghostwatch, which is really funny. But to really understand why Ghostwatch worked is, you have to look back to Orson Welles and how War of the Worlds worked. It worked because it reflected a perfect time in which people wanted to believe it. So, okay, let's look. 92, leading up to that. So you have the 1980s, the Thatcher years. England has grown very conservative, very religious right. You
Kind of
have
like what's
the
going
video,
on now.
yeah, the video nasty movement, which was 76 films that you could go to jail for a long time if you owned or were renting. Thatcher was very, very close with Reagan. So you also had this huge disparity as far as how they looked at, class. And also the divide between the rich and the poor got bigger and bigger. And basically, just watch a couple films by Ken Loach or Mike Leigh, and you'll understand that England was a crap house in the 1980s. Now, while this is going on, you've got people that the main news that they read are from tabloids, and tabloids that are owned by Rupert Murdoch. And, these are sometimes only a step
Fox News
up.
connection, anyone?
Well, yeah, exactly. A step 1 or 2 from the Weekly World News. So you have this, just perfect like element of tension going on in this country that was still going on in 92, that the airing of this in a way that was just put right on the screen, like Ghostwatch, people bought it because people at the time bought tabloids. They bought
Yeah.
those things. So people, in my opinion, were stressed out and more gullible. But no, it's wild because this is it's not a found footage film, in my opinion, in a traditional way. It is a found artifact film. And Late Night with the Devil is kind of the same way. I mean, great film, but even though it used so much from the ideas around Ghostwatch, it was a great film, but did it lead a whole bunch of people to go ape shit and start like believing absurdity? No. So that's why
Teen Snobs
Ghostwatch
do that
really,
every Tuesday.
well, yeah, of course.
I don't think you could do
But
that these days.
mhm.
Anyway,
Say the
people
scene
are
stuff?
so trying to convince people it's real.
Wait,
Oh, yeah.
you don't think
So-
you could do that in this day and age? This is everything he's saying about England of the time is what we're living.
Yes.
Yeah,
exactly.
Margaret Thatcher was Trump.
Yes.
Everybody has the mindset of everything you like watch. They're going fake, fake, fake.
You'll see you know what? You'll see her coming up in I think it's For Your Eyes Only. It might be the end of Moonraker. I'm into Craig now. So
Yeah.
taking a journey, but you'll see her and they kind of poke fun with that stuff. So it's like it
was
was
a
in
very
everything.
tense. Yeah.
Even then they just always sort of like call back to that. But like I love your take on this too, Trevor, is like tabloids were the unbelievable was the believable.
Exactly.
Again, we see it mirrored today, all the misinformation and what is often believed, and
Pain and
have half a
oppression
brain,
can
you can go
lead
out and
to a
find it,
wanting
but-
to believe the fantastic too, because things are so bad and life is so horrible. Yeah. And that's one special. There's so many special things about Ghostwatch, but one of the really cool things is the fact that it did, in its own way, for a nation, have a close to response that Orson Welles got for War of the Worlds. Any broadcast, any piece of material that gets that should be at least given a bow because it's achieved something great.
I agree. Yeah, and then even for me, knowing going into this, because I didn't watch it in 1992, I wasn't in the UK. I watched this. I think I was in my 20s the first time I watched it. And I watched it on tape, and I liked those old alien found footage films and different found footage films. So I was like, cool. And that was at a time where I was ghost hunting. So it was like, oh, let me see. Like, is this one of those found footage things? But I wanted to be a filmmaker. So like, I knew it wasn't real. I could read the back and figure that out in like 5 seconds. But, and I even knew like the alien found footage ones weren't either. But I still loved that type of production. And I think that's why I'm still so like, I'm still adamant, guys. If I wasn't sure what you thought of this before going in, that's why I didn't like push it too hard. Watch WNUF Halloween special. It is right up your alley more so than this.
Okay.
And it's the same thing.
Awesome.
So, but it takes place in the 80s in Long Island during a 10 p.m. Halloween news special. In fact, I'll tell you what. I might do a watch party for that.
That would be awesome. It is. I haven't seen it in a while.
I've never seen that. I want to check that out. I have to check that out.
But yeah, Ghostwatch for me, like this was so much fun. I've watched it a bunch of times since, and when they put it on Shudder, I was like, I think I watched it like 2 or 3 times. And it was just so interesting because the acting isn't great, and it's not meant to be because they're not supposed to.
They're supposed to be real people, not actors.
So like the little girls and in the movie are they're just very like what you think like children being interviewed on a newscast would be act like, silly, trying to listen, be good. The way they were talking to each other, the mother and like the interviewers, and just kind of, it felt very real throughout. So like, and I loved, like, I'm not saying great actors can't pull that off. They can. But I don't know if they did because it was really good. It was very spot on.
I mean, this is a country that produced the film Threads for television. Good acting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Laurence Olivier.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah.
All right, fine. I never thought I'd mention, no offense, Terry, I never thought I'd mention Laurence Olivier on your show.
You good?
No. Listen, I just never thought I would. Well, I mean, Rebecca's kind of a ghost story. You can watch that.
Yeah, true. Yeah. Well, speaking of ghost stories, did this movie remind you of any other fictional film out there?
Yeah. The second
Conjuring. Yes.
Yes.
And there's reason for it. It's so the Conjuring film is based on a haunting called the Endland haunting that was between 77 and 79. The tabloids and the media loved it. Very much the same thing. It was the Hodgkin family. So it definitely was an inspiration for the family, the Earling family in Ghostwatch. Definitely. No question. And it's just interesting to when you really think about it, that you get to revisit that and how actually if you watch them, the kids kind of act very similar. It's really cool.
Yeah. And my wife mentioned it, but I do agree with her. She was like, she's going to rewatch the Conjuring franchise soon.
I love the Conjuring.
Same. We would watch those every so often, every couple of years, maybe even once a year. That's one of our things we'll do. That
the actual Conjuring films are really good.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I like the whole franchise, though. I know it gets watered down, a little silly at times, and all that good stuff, but I still really enjoy it.
I think the weakest one is La Llorona.
La Llorona?
Yeah. I mean, I still think it's okay. I just don't think it's as good as like The Nun, The Conjuring, Annabelle.
No, I agree.
I guess I just had bad experiences with nuns, and I can't stand those movies.
That's fair.
Let me hook you
That's
with
fair.
some nunsploitation films, Mick.
Dude, I mean,
what's that
like I
one
said, I
priest-
did the 12 years of Catholic school. I knew my
Remember-
fair share of nuns, and I was
Whip
today
naked
years
nuns for
old.
Satan kind of stuff. Yeah.
I was today years
Naked
old.
what?
When I
Naked
found out.
nuns versus Satan? The fuck?
I-
We watched the messed up priest one where he was swearing. And Aaron, you remember that movie? It was like a
Was it a-
comedy.
It was an indie one, right?
Yeah,
Was it the one where the guys were commenting on the show and shit?
I
I forgot what it's called, or was that something completely different? We watched a lot
that's
of weird
not
shit.
different. I don't
That's
know,
not
but
weird
that
shit.
priest, I did not expect it because you're like, oh, here's a priest and how he talked and shit.
Yeah, I
was
think
like,
that was the
whoa.
one. I think that was the one. I forgot what it's
Yeah.
called. I have to look.
I
in the
forgot what it's
archives
called
to see.
too, but it was funny. But
Always
when you
credit
put
to-
when you put religion like nuns and everything, I guess they're trying to make it creepier because you don't expect a nun being a demon.
Well,
Yeah.
being blasphemous is like one of the
Yeah,
biggest
'cause like they
symbols
are.
of the world. Yeah, I mean, it's, I mean, whether you have a nun that's killing people or a nun that's doing other worldly things, blasphemy is the quickest way to get the shock value out of something.
Mhm.
Dude, nuns took shit out on us because the fucking men in the church were mean to them. That's all I'm saying. That was
Oh,
the
I
basic-
thought-
it was the roll down.
No,
I
no,
thought
no.
it was a lack of sexy time.
Oh yeah.
Maybe.
I thought it was crazy.
I thought it was build up
Not
frustration.
trickle down theory.
Honestly, that could be a thing. I'm not even trying to be funny with that, but I'm just like, listen, I can just get married and still respect the Lord and all that, but I'm fucking. Simple as that.
Now,
Like-
okay, so I don't know what's going on with the Pope right now, but
Oh,
we
yeah.
are
Oh, yeah.
losing a very liberal Pope, which is frightening considering how the world is going. But that is a concept that has been on the table for a long time. And the hope is eventually there will be a progressive enough Pope that will do that. But
Shit.
God
There
only knows
won't
when that's gonna-
be. The only thing we need is those institutions shut down.
Mm.
Sorry. I stand by. I don't mind faith and spirituality, but
Mhm.
they're not gonna be. They're as corrupted as this system is, and that
Mhm.
is why we
If
need
you
to
want your
correct.
nose in government, you have to pay taxes.
Apparently not.
Well,
Only
that's
us.
the way it should be.
None of the people that were at that inauguration do.
Yep.
I
And
should've
that
went.
the horrors of a theocracy.
Ugh.
Like,
So,
listen,
and
I'm
it's the
here.
same
I'm at
with
the
the church.
inauguration. I'm not going to vote for you, but can I get free taxes too, like everybody else here? Like everybody else? Nah? Oh, all right. Fuck it. I'm leaving then. And I'm telling the truth about how many people were here. Yo, there was only 16 people there, guys. Everybody else they were just cardboard cutouts and Elon's robots.
Did you see that there was a robot that sort of looked like it was attacking somebody? One of those humanoid robots they're making in China. Like it was walking and there was a barrier with all these people here, and it like turned towards them and then just started like bucking at them. And
We
like
got
they
some
had to
more
grab it by the back of the neck and push it forward.
That's
The cops.
crazy.
Elon Musk never had his robots read the Asimov robot trilogy.
He doesn't.
And that's a scary part.
Yeah, I know.
I seen iRobot. That's all I'm going to say. I
You
seen
need the three
iRobot.
But
rules.
it's just the
I seen,
idea of somebody as Musk
Short
being
circuit.
playing with AI but not being able to build in some empathy goes against, in my opinion, the Asimov rules of being a robot.
What's weird? I remember Elon, like, I don't know how many years ago, but he put on Twitter or something. He was warning people about how AI is dangerous, but now he's fucking with it. Like what the
Yeah.
hell?
Uh,
Whatever.
well,
Maybe the robots will put us out of our misery.
well, it's interesting.
Or have sex with us.
They will
Hey,
not put you out
What?
there.
Hey,
Sex
long as
robots.
it's not- Hey.
Everything goes to porn. People are gonna be fucking robots if they're not. Actually, they already make those. Yeah, people are gonna be fucking robots. It's gonna get better
Listen.
and better and better.
Listen, it is what it is.
I don't think there's ever been a financially bad time for the porn industry. So, probably you're pretty safe. But
Yeah, but
there might be a bit of a clog in the supply chain. So,
hell,
It
there's
is.
definitely gonna be a clog in that
Um,
chain.
You know, it's funny.
kind of like I'm sorry.
Porn's on the chopping block for Project 2025. It just hasn't come up yet.
Uh-huh.
So all of those OnlyFans that were for Trump and not taxing tips and all that other stuff be joining the federal workers.
See, now that's gonna piss me off. I'm gonna have to just start downloading shit.
Thing with
I don't think I won't.
OnlyFans, if you want to be a porn star, be a porn star. I think that OnlyFans shit is getting out of hand. Like all these young girls are taking the easy way out because they make way more money than porn stars.
But I mean, that would be the smart way. It's like being an independent contractor.
Wait,
It's like,
why can't they make money?
No, I'm just saying it's out of hand. No, because
consensually doing something or doing something completely from their own desire and place of being. I don't see where there's anything wrong with it if it doesn't hurt somebody.
Yeah, they're
well, I
their
said
own bosses.
I'm just saying
But,
it's out.
you know-
It's out of hand by because back then how people looked at it. Now there's like 16-year-old girls because they follow people on TikTok and shit. They're gonna go as soon as I hit 18. I'm going to show the world my
Okay,
shit.
that's really creepy, and
I was just saying because that's how it is these days.
I'm
Everybody wants the
surprised I
easy
haven't
way
seen
out.
certain YouTubers I follow jump on that, but that's cringe beyond.
I'm going to
Yeah.
give credit to James.
Uh-oh.
I don't necessarily agree with the fact that it's like an easy way out or anything. I think it's a perfectly viable way to make money for anybody who wants to, because men do it too.
Yeah.
But
Oh, yeah,
I will
I
say
say- I
at
mean,
least
everybody.
out of everybody, I remember fuck, and I know you guys probably remember this too. The Olsen twin countdown clock, and like they did other
That's
teenage
it's weird.
It was fucking weird, man. And I never understood. And thank you, James, from coming from a point where that's opposite of that, because most people don't. And it's like, yeah, sorry, now I gotta rant a little bit, because like here's another thing that really is fucking weird, man. Like Wednesday Addams' sexy costumes. She's a high school student.
Exactly.
What are you doing? Like, I didn't even think she was being anywhere near sexual at all. You know, like I guess the Catholic schoolgirl fucking costume thing, but like that to me was played out when I was in Catholic fucking school. So I hate those fucking uniforms.
There's even sexy like Harry Potter costumes.
Yeah, that's on that level, but like the most recent I was seeing, I mean, I could go back every year and like Harley Quinn, I get, like it is sexy. And I get like, fuck, I get it. And like, this is where it bugs me is like, all right, this is where I might be on like more of James's part, not with the OnlyFans, but with you know what? It's too fucking easy, ladies. Go out. There's so many great cosplayers making their outfits, and you go and you just get a sexy Batman outfit, and all of a sudden, like, you're Batman.
Honestly, you know
I'm
what?
more offended that you think you're Batman.
I want to talk about this real quick.
Oh shit!
Like, as far as it goes, to say like watching, not even going to OnlyFans or porn or anything, but just being like, say as far as like going to even watching a YouTube channel, right? And you're seeing attractive females on a YouTube channel, and you're watching it. If you're into like Batman and all that shit, and dressing up as like a sexy Batman versus like the nerded out Batman, we're gonna watch that nerded out Batman way more than that sexy Batman, because that just gets boring and corny.
Like visual, like slash literature. Yeah,
I don't know. It's just annoying to watch, like, because it's like there are cosplayers who really go to it and like really. No,
that's what I'm saying, because I've seen it. Like,
you're dressing up as a sexy Garfield. What are you? What are you even?
I mean, I'm sure there are tons of people that really want to be like taken by Batman. I mean, to me, that seems like a pretty common one. Now, Garfield,
I haven't seen
The
it, but I'm sure.
cat.
Well, no, I
don't.
have. Not in
Simply
person. But I've
Garfield.
seen
I
it.
don't know.
Cartoon.
I think if you dress
a
up like a
cat,
sexy
yeah.
Garfield, you're a furry.
No, but like,
No, it's like all it is basically. First of all, it would be even better because I've seen the sexy Garfield, and it's basically like a bathing suit.
yeah, or paint.
Oh,
And it's
I never
orange
seen it.
with stripes.
I never seen it.
If you got a blonde wig and did your makeup up, and you could be what's her name from Thundercats. Boom! Now you've done something creative instead of just trying to sexify Garfield.
No, but
Yeah.
what I was getting at with that though is like it's so super
Sexify
dope.
Garfield.
Everything's sexified, and high school
should put
girls
that
is
on
the
a flag.
weirdest. In fact, keep Garfield because it's a fucking cat, and that's just weird. But stop with the high school students.
Yeah.
Stop sexifying characters from high school dramas. It's weird. It's a weird fucking thing. And every time I walk in, and like, who's supposed to wear it? First of all, are you expecting high school girls to wear this? That's fucking ludicrous. Secondly, like, why are you like? I don't fucking get it.
They're sexifying
Call
minors.
Chris Hansen and send him to
Exactly. There you go.
Well, to me,
I would say
that
both
just
send them
shows.
to the manufacturers or whoever's creating these. Like, listen, this doesn't make sense. Stop it.
Kids, just get a costume that you want. And stop.
You
Like,
think-
I mean, just
You
have
think
fun.
that, like, let's for example, the high school thing, the high school like outfit. That's
Here's the deal.
you gotta wear whatever it's called. You think that them making the Halloween costumes made it more easier for people
To sexualize it?
to
No, I'm
sexualize
perfectly
where
fine
they
with
want to be, like
sexy
for
costumes.
minors?
No, I'm perfectly fine with sexy costumes, right? The German Oktoberfest waitresses.
No, I think he's talking
No, I'm
more
talking
so
about
with
minors. I'm talking about minor
He's talking-
costumes.
no,
Like,
no,
if
no,
you're
yeah,
a
yeah,
minor,
that's what
like
I
high
mean. Like,
school.
stop with the
Like the
high
school
school shit.
stuff.
Like,
Yeah.
why does I don't know. I'm trying to think of characters that they would sexify, and I don't even know what
Hermione.
character. I don't even know what shows are out now.
Honestly, you know what, James? That
Well, I mean,
does
the
make
internet
sense because they
sexifies
never like.
everything. Let's be honest.
I bet you if I look up, they have a sexy Bluey's mom.
Oh, I'm certain.
You know what I
Oh, yeah, I bet they
I
do.
mean,
I'm not,
I
I bet they have a
hate
sexy Bluey.
They probably,
Oh,
they probably do.
they better
oh,
not.
They
They better
so
not.
do. Trust me. You Google that, you're gonna find something.
Oh,
I
I
think
don't
you're
know
right.
if I want to
Too.
Google this now.
I do want
mean,
to.
Google
Because
it
Bluey
your
is
own
a girl.
risk, you know.
So
I
I
do
can
want
see
to
them
say this
like,
though.
All right, it actually they don't. It's not super sexy, but it's like a skirt, and the woman in it is very clearly sexy.
well, they always use models. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
So I think it's meant to be more cute. It's modest.
that's
okay.
fine.
Good.
So, like,
there are
that's
certain
nice,
things
but I'm
about
glad if
Bluey
you're
you
gonna
can't
make a
put in a
sexy-
search engine and not get something really creepy.
Because I'm not
Oh.
a pervert.
Exactly. I mean, like put Bluey in, but don't put Bluey dog. You know. Oh God.
Now,
Oh no,
Aaron-
I didn't
Aaron's
type in
computer,
Bluey. I
different
typed in
story.
Chili. Because I know the mom's name. That show's great. If you need to
So-
just calm down, watch Bluey.
Hey, Aaron,
it's pretty cool.
how much money would it take you to put your
No,
search history on live?
that's nobody's business. Nothing. There's
I'm
nothing
not
bad
saying
on there.
Really digitally
Like,
void.
I know because you said you're a freak. So I'm really
Oh,
curious what
yeah,
your search
yeah.
history is.
Like, my porn, like if you look at my porn, it's very vanilla. I'm not an hard guy to get going.
Oh no, I am.
stand
James,
out
but
as
it's
far
not,
as you want to go.
it's
but,
not
like, I'm
necessarily with my
hard to
porn.
go.
To an extent, I guess you would say. And I mean, nothing that ordinary.
I only watch the videos. As soon as the homepage hits, I'm done. I gotta
Okay, I can tell you out of some Americans I know, you know, at the top, I'm way better than that by a lot.
Well, yeah, I could agree. I'm better than that.
So if that's where they can get to in power, I'm fine. Not that guy.
Oh man,
How the hell we get to porn?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how.
Yeah, I don't know.
I
All right,
forgot.
Ghostwatch.
Hang on, before we get back into Ghostwatch, just because we
mean,
segue everywhere else.
There's a Ghostwatch porn.
I mean, there's a really, great
I bet there is.
maybe script for a found footage film,
for porn,
unfinished porno. Yeah,
I'm looking.
That'd be
Unfinished
hilarious.
I
See,
mean,
this is like the type of shit you would see porn wise. It's weird, but I mean, this part's weird. Ghost sex watch porn. It's on Pornhub, so I can't watch it because it's blocked from where I am. And I'm not doing all that sign in. Like I told you, very big.
You can't move to Virginia.
I won't.
They block it.
You got to
there are
sign in.
states
I'm not
that
doing that
block
shit.
Pornhub.
Yeah.
Oh, a lot of states have.
A lot of states have.
Texas.
Seriously?
Oh yeah, any porn you can't get in.
Florida, I think is completely blocked.
Is this
With all the
newest
crazy
thing?
shit that happens in Florida?
Happened the last
That's what I
couple
wanna
of years.
stop.
I think.
You telling
Dude.
me?
Today, of all things, the Tate brothers
Yeah.
and Ron DeSantis saying they're not welcome. I'm like, I did not have those on my bingo cards. Either event.
So
I don't know why I'm still looking.
they
this
don't
up.
let you watch porn. They also don't let the Tate brothers there.
But Virginia's weird. They won't let you watch porn, but you get married to your sister.
When did these things go into effect?
What?
I think it's like a couple years ago.
We gotta where do you think I am?
Well, I guess Pennsylvania.
Hey, who do you think
is
he's married to?
progressive.
I don't know.
No, not him. Up in the mountains,
Oh.
man.
No.
Oh.
Virginia is a blue state.
Doesn't Virginia have like a whole village of incest up in the mountains? They did like a documentary on them.
I think
I'm not
that,
Googling
I think
that
that
one.
was supposed to be meant as West Virginia,
There's a great documentary.
but
I
I'm not
know
saying
West
that
Virginia.
that's true.
Okay, so
I
There's
just
a great-
I'm going by the wrong turn movies.
yeah, but if you want to see something that actually is quite heartfelt, there is a documentary called Brothers Keeper that actually goes to what you say, but it goes into more of the heartbreak of why that happens. So,
Well, there's also what Flowers in the Attic. Back in the old days.
well, yeah, that was
The first time I
VC
seen that, I said, "What the
Andrews
fuck
or
am I watching?"
the VC
That was-
Andrews thing.
The
Flowers
one
in
where
the
the brother and sister was in the attic.
Oh
I guess
yeah.
That was a wild movie. But
That was like,
so I got to say this, guys.
Okay.
There's no wheel tonight because we're going to be doing a versus starting next week.
oh yeah, that's right.
And so one of these franchises, and I'll let you guys know when I pull this up, I've never seen. Just because
seen
I've talked to purists that played the game, they're like, it's nothing like the game, and that pissed me off. The other franchise I did see and I did enjoy, and that is Resident Evil versus Underworld. So March is honestly, I don't remember. What is it, Women's History Month? I know it's something to do for women, which is important. So we're gonna
Two
do
mediocre franchises.
that. Yeah, listen.
Sorry.
And then I seen one, I didn't see the other. Huh? Underworld, yeah. And so we're gonna check those out, and then we'll see which one we enjoy better.
I'm curious how you're gonna feel about Resident Evil because you ignored it like you said because of the game. I didn't. I was all in for it. I was like, oh shit, they made a movie off the game. It's gonna be creepy as hell. Then you watch it, you're like, what the fuck did they do? Are they even following the story? I mean, the 1 and 2, it's like okay-ish in a way, but then it starts getting ridiculous.
I'm going to need you to hurry up through these movies because I will not be joining in because they've retired both of those franchises. I can't
are
do
pretty painful.
I'm doing James Bond. I have to rest.
Take a little break.
I'm going to pop in and out and maybe come in for the ones I haven't seen.
That's fair. That's fair.
It gives me something new to watch, but like,
and really quick, speaking of James Bond, this is what we'll be doing this Saturday at 9 o'clock Eastern Time over on Popcorn and Pints, reviewing these two Bond films right here. So hopefully you guys tune in and join us for that. Yes, The Man with the Golden Gun and The Spy Who Loved Me. Ooh.
The Spy Who Loved Me, the same Bond, or they swap it over yet?
No, yeah, Roger Moore started Live and Let Die. And now we're on him until A View to a Kill, which I found recently, which is stupid fucking title.
Didn't Prime just acquire the license to Bond?
Yes, sir.
You can go check out the special Scenes Snobs podcast episode where we really get into that.
I would love to, actually.
Yeah, me and
but we could get into it here with you. Too. It's they have the creative control now.
Yeah. It's one of those things. Like, I have low expectations.
Just assume it's going to go the way of Star Wars. Because honestly, does anybody really care about a new Star Wars item anymore? Like they did? No.
Well, that's Disney. I think Disney fucked up everything.
So Star Wars, I have Star Wars tattooed on my arm. Right, that's my half sleeve up here. I love that trilogy, and I like the prequels. A lot of people didn't. I get it. I didn't mind them. I was like, I don't like it. I still get my R2D2. I still get my C3PO. I still get Obi-Wan Young. Like I get
with the new trilogy, with the trilogy or whatever that you're talking about, the episode 1 through 3, because we did go through those last year on Popcorn and Pints. You guys should definitely check that out. Yep. Great time.
Versus
Star Wars actually. Versus Star Trek actually. Sorry, Star Trek. But no, if I was, which I'm not saying I will, I probably won't, but if I was to ever rewatch those again, it would be episode 3 through 6. The rest, I don't care about.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, which is what I would always revisit. But
yeah. But I get the diehards. I get people wanting to start from 1 and 2, but I'm like, I really don't feel like I need to start there.
Well, me and my buddies used to go when they were coming out every year with the new ones. Mm-hmm. Even like when they were re-showing the 3D versions, we made the dates for that. Mm-hmm. Like they didn't come out with all of the 3D versions. I think they only came out with Phantom Menace. But and because my buddy Joe, who was on the show, he worked on those. We talked about it. He did the 3D conversion. So like went to see that. So we would make the dates for when Star Wars would come out. And I will tell you, it got harder after like The Last Jedi and then like so we would still try to do it. By Rise of Skywalker, it was like, I think I'm just kind of spent.
And you know what bothered me about that too was just because I enjoyed 4, 5, and 6 so much, and just the action and everything with it, of course, the lightsabers and all that stuff. And then you see those two, even the story I enjoy with them. And then you see the first one was just. I feel like the second one did get better, but it still wasn't there until part 3. But I'm just like,
well, again,
you guys have the source material to where you can just I don't know.
Well, I think the depressing thing is going to be, since we came to this via Bond, is if Bond goes the direction of what happened with Walt Disney and Star Wars. I totally get what Mick is talking about. I proposed to my former spouse at a premiere showing of Revenge of the Sith. I mean, when Star Wars stuff, I mean, this goes through even the last few films, but the prequels and the re-releases, if you were a Star Wars nut, that shit was a religion. And at some point, it went from, we're going to get something. I'm not a huge Star Wars fan, but the feeling of like, they're going to release something great to, well, let's just flood it. Everything Star Wars. And that just, in my opinion, I'm not seeing the level of fan love anymore. And it's sad.
And I think that's just where it goes. I think this franchise fatigue, that's why we see them, like, I think that's why I think DC has a chance with reinvention and like having a cohesive unit again, sort of like what Marvel was in the beginning. But like I'm glad you're doing these franchises. I think it's important. The Bond one has been an experience, man. It's been an experience.
Just from what I've watched so far, it definitely has been. And again, it's funny as my a friend of mine stopped by, and I just happened to randomly talk to him about Bond and stuff, and about like just certain franchises. Actually, I talked to him about The Last Dragon. He's younger. He's in his 20s. He's in his 20s. And I was like, yo, this is a black ass movie you need to see. Those are my exact words to him. And I was like, if you watch 80s movies, if you can appreciate those, you'll love this one. But I was telling him, I was like, and the cool thing about it too, I was like, what I'm realizing, what I'm loving about film, I was like, we did Godzilla last year, Star Wars and Star Trek. and we're doing Bond now, is like the stuff that you pull from these movies that you hear in other movies, from phrases and all that stuff, and then music, like either from Godzilla with the music from that, or just music from these films, shit from Diamonds Are Forever,
Mhm.
and just sayings in movies, this, that, and it's like how that all ties in, and I'm just like, holy shit, that makes
Well,
so much fucking sense to
franchises
me now.
become like just like a cultural boulder sometimes.
Yeah, they absolutely do.
And it's
They
just
absolutely do.
so you can't escape it to a certain point.
But it's just cool how so many different types of art connect and are like there together because of either this music that came first or this movie that came first, and then you hear it 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, even hundreds of years down the road, you may still hear that tone or that tune in some sort of movie. Like, where did this come from? I think that's pretty dope.
Why it's even more important for us to somehow save physical copies of
Yes.
these things because, yeah.
Well, speaking of physical copies, I was looking at which when I get paid, I may grab. I was looking at a record,
Mhm.
and it was my favorite mixtape.
Oh,
Charles,
awesome.
it's Charles Hamilton, the Pink Lava Lamp, the one I've been telling you about, Mick.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's a Pink album,
Mhm.
and I'm just like, I gotta get this. I got it, because that shit it's such a good, freaking great mixtape, and then sounding like I would love for you to listen to it too, Trevor.
Mhm.
Charles Hamilton, the Pink Lava Lamp. I'll send you the link later.
Yeah, I
once
was
the
gonna
show's
say,
over.
please send me the link. I'd love to listen to it.
But like, if you listen to that and then you know how a record sounds,
Mhm.
how one of those albums sounds or whatever, like with the crackling and all that,
Mhm.
that would sound so beautiful, so perfect on there. Because he does a lot of samples and stuff, and he uses a lot of older stuff that he raps over, and it's just, it would sound. I was like, I got to get this. That's the second rap album I want. The first one that's not out yet because I'm waiting. DMX's album,
Wu-Tang?
2028. It's Dark and Hell is Hot, 30-year anniversary. I want that. So.
Oh, okay. I was like, did they find material? No, they're doing a reissue. Awesome.
Oh, I'm sure I'm telling you right now, if they don't do a 30-year anniversary for DMX in 2028, I'm slapping somebody. I don't know who, but keep away from me.
Let's see who's president.
No,
Or
I'm
king.
not. Nope. I'm not doing that. I'm not going to that level. I'm not slapping somebody at that level.
No, I was just saying we'll see who's out making all the rules at that point.
Slap a Nazi.
There you go.
I don't know how anybody disagrees with that in public. I'm sure some people are completely in agreement and behind closed doors, but
Well, it confused Kanye West, so
he needs to be slapped. I'd slap Kanye West. That's it. There we go, right there.
He needs 2028. Slapping,
if it doesn't come out, I'm gonna slap Kanye West and slap some sense into him. I'm gonna tell him to have more respect for his wife.
I think she broke up with him.
She did.
No, they're still together.
I thought I heard they are separated.
That was just some TMZ bullshit.
Oh,
they were just together like the other day. I'm just like, this is just.
I'll tell you, if you do want to collect physical
TMZ
media,
bullshit.
Go to thrift stores, consignment shops, stuff like that. Sometimes they'll carry some gems you don't know.
There was a website that had vintage, like retro shit, and I forgot what it's called.
Well, I just meant more like
vinyls and everything.
More like shopping local.
That, like you can get them for like cheaper than like going online and grabbing it brand new. You know,
True.
Garage sales, you may luck out in some of those.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I may actually do that this summer.
Especially if you go to like the older generation neighborhoods.
Yeah,
where they clean out their attics.
Shit. Just like it was a couple years ago. Some older lady, sold us. She was selling a rice cooker. It was brand new, still in the box, never used. Probably one of them shit she got as a gift or got it and forgot about it for like $10.
Yeah.
Used that shit for like 3-4 years, about 3 years before burnt out or whatever. But
then he brought it back and got his $10.
Yeah, I threw it away. It was like one of them smaller. It was like one of them smaller ones though, but it worked. And
nice.
How do we get from Ghostwatch to a rice cooker?
I don't know. Have a good night,
I
everybody.
have no idea.
Listen, I'm going to tell people right now, if this is your first time tuning in to Horror Research 30, we do discuss the movie, which we did like earlier in the episode, but we
didn't rate it though.
Tangents.
Yeah,
We're going to get there. Don't worry. We always rate them. There's sometimes I forget, but we usually always rate them. But no, we do go on a lot of tangents, and I want to say this. I'm not mad about those. That's never going to change because we have real conversations on here, and when you're sitting down having conversations with your friends, and even if you're discussing a movie, you're not just going to discuss that movie the whole time you guys are talking. You're talking about a whole bunch of crazy ass random shit, whatever pops into your head. So that's how this is. This is real life with Sturdy and the guys. But with that being said, we can dive into the ratings right now. And James, my friend, what do you give this movie?
I really enjoyed it. I'm going to give this an 8.
Ooh,
good.
Ooh, how about you, Professor T?
I'm going to give it a 9. And I'm also going to say, if you enjoy this, go back to, I believe it's 1972's The Stone Tape by Nigel Neal, which was also on the BBC, which follows a group of electronic scientists who just happen to work in sound, and they end up purchasing a large villa that is haunted, and they try to get it on tape. Another reason why Ghostwatch is just so really awesome is at the very end of the film, it leads into a trope that actually leads to multiple genres. And that's the idea of watching something and then having that apparition or that thing reach out to you from that television or that videotape or anything like that. Ghostwatch does that, which Stone Tape did, and so many films, from Videodrome, The Ring, to Lawnmower Man, to The Video Dead. So yeah, a strong 9. This is a definite landmark film.
Didn't a Kevin Bacon movie use for sound, like a haunted, like hear ghosts in the sound? Is like, is it Stir Echoes or some shit?
I mean, Stir of Echoes was like
Stir of Echoes. Yeah.
I don't know if that's what
I thought he was like a psychic or something. It was a serial killer, but I might be totally wrong.
No, I don't think.
Who was in White
Remember.
Noise? Who was in the movie White Noise?
Huh?
White Noise. That's it.
Yeah, who was in that? I know Nathan Fillion was in the second one. I can't remember who was in the first one. Was it Michael Keaton?
Oh, yes. Because my wife put me on that movie.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. I want to say I really enjoyed that, but I can't remember it.
No, that was good.
But like, I love Canadian actor Nathan Fillion, so I'll watch whatever he's in. All right.
Oh, speaking of White Noise, Mick, what's your pick or what's your rating?
I would give this an 8.5. It's a really good watch for horror fans.
It is. I'm with James. I gave this one an 8. It's a really good watch, and I'll just say, piggyback off what I believe Mick said earlier in the episode that if you enjoyed Late Night with the Devil, I think you'd enjoy this one. I think you'd really enjoy this one. There's some similarities to it if you're really paying attention to it. I know the way the movie looks is older, and than Late Night with the Devil, even though Late Night with the Devil is supposed to be in the 70s.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, as far as like the technology and stuff that was used to create both films and all that, when they came out.
Well, the technology used at that time, because it's that time, actually still makes it creepy.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah. Now it was super creepy when the technology
I know what you're being
was
sturdy
right
though.
on that date.
Oh no, I'm not taking away from that, Trevor. It's more so of like, say if it's a younger audience going in at it that may not have just grown up with some of the stuff that we've watched and we've seen during that time, so we're used to that look versus them used to the pretty look.
Listen, if you're young and you're only watching the new shit, that's your business, but you're missing out on so much good stuff.
But I won't blame them for that though. I'll say hopefully we can be the OGs of horror to introduce you into.
Same thing with music. I listen to fucking
film and
golden
music,
oldies,
comic
and shit.
books.
Yeah, but I mean, but seriously though, like if you think about it, for me, like with horror, I had older people, my older cousins and stuff, brother, getting me into horror. So it's, I guess we got to
the Godfathers of horror.
I just looked at covers or shit or read what it's about, and I just jumped into it. I didn't care what year it came out.
Oh yeah, for me, same.
Well, but the VHS store or
Yeah.
DVD store, as it eventually became, that shit shaped our taste.
Yeah.
And now it's a totally different monster. It's whatever streaming pops up to you at the fastest. So our tastes are truly being controlled by program directors and things that are like, well, okay, well, we want this to do well, so we'll make sure this is seen first when you see the screen. So, yeah, and every year that goes by, every obscure film from so many years back gets forgotten and the license disappears and nobody remembers it. But that's like potentially 2 to 3 months of a whole bunch of people's lives that they create something cool. I think, archiving physically and also digitally is very important when it comes to cinema and music. Sorry, that
I
was
agree.
yeah. Sorry
No,
for
I
the
agree.
jumping on a box and yapping, but
You're good, man.
I agree with that 1,000%. I agree with that.
Real quick before we leave, I watched The Gorge. I don't know if anybody see that one yet.
no.
Oh, I did see it. Yeah, I liked it.
I liked it. It wasn't bad. I was shocked. It
On
was
Netflix.
pretty good.
Check that out.
I
It's
want
on
to see the
Netflix?
monkey.
Me
That's
too.
kinda-
Well,
Me
isn't that Oz
freaking too.
Perkins?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm wondering because I didn't really like Long Legs,
Mm.
and I love Nick Cage.
I never seen it yet.
Hey,
Yeah.
enough of that nasty name on here.
You mean
That's-
amazing?
That's the new N word for me.
What is?
Nicolas
All
Cage.
Oh,
I gotta
Nicolas Cage.
go. I gotta go. I can't deal with this anymore. I can't deal with this Nicolas Cage hate.
Listen, man.
It's weird that he didn't come out with a movie recently.
It's cageism, and I
I
don't like
know
it.
he did. He just didn't notice it.
Oh, probably you're right. He comes out with one like every 2 months.
I mean, if you
Listen.
look at his IMDb page, I think there's always like 5 in production items there.
I think it's time for me to go. Considering
Hang on.
so much.
Hang on. I gotta say this before you go, Mick. I have a fun found footage horror film you guys should check out. It's on
WNUF
Shudder.
Halloween special.
It is Deadstream.
Oh, I've seen it.
Oh, okay.
Such a good time. Such a good time. I watched it
wasn't bad.
twice. Not too scary. I didn't find it
No.
scary, but it was funny. It was fun. Good time. So yeah, you guys should check out Deadstream.
Okay, I love it.
Found footage February, and maybe that's how I'll try to start ending these months off, and I'll be more because I just came up with this idea, but I'll be more like maybe you guys each for that genre or whatever the theme is for the month, give a movie for people to watch. To end off the month.
Cool.
But
A little sturdy pick.
sturdy pick.
I like it.
Yeah.
A dirty, sturdy pick.
You should do employee picks because it's sturdy video.
That'd be cool.
I like it. Employee. Let's work on that tomorrow. But thank you guys
Just
for watching.
take Mick's movie picks and do it with sturdy.
Yes, but I don't want to steal like a lot of people do. So I'd rather,
I just told you to. It's
I know,
my
but this
invention.
is different. This is different. So now that you
Okay.
say it,
I said it on the air.
you did.
You can
He
take
did.
it.
So if he comes back with some
As
bullshit,
you can see, I'm the
$30 from me.
cashier, and yes, I do steal money out of it.
See? See? But no, seriously though, I appreciate everybody that tunes into the show, whether you're watching it live or later on down the road, even if you're just watching for 2 seconds. I think you should stay longer. As a matter of fact, I know you should stay longer, but I'm glad you stopped by. And you guys should also check out these amazing people. You should check out Ambassador Media, Uncle T over there, aka Professor T, aka our foreign correspondent, aka Trevor. He has a lot of AKAs. And we got the Jersey Polar Bear, aka McManhattan, aka Baby Shaq, aka Baby James. You want to know the story? You got to go and tune into the shows. You'll figure that bullshit out too.
There's a whole cryptic message to it. There's a whole there's a whole lot of daddies.
Yep.
Not a lot of mommies.
But go check
You
him
ever seen My
out.
Two Dads? It was based on my life, but it was James and Shaq.
That would be I would love to see that sitcom. Or matter of fact, I want to see that reality show. You three in a house
Screaming
together.
at the little baby. It was Shaq, James, and John. Johnny.
But Go check out the Scene Snobs, people. He has an amazing show there. There's a lot coming out, and he has a new show dropping. I don't think it dropped yet, but he has a new show dropping in the near
Editing
future.
still. Yeah, it's a
Very
little more
cool.
political. You get my political
Do you have
going.
a date on when it's dropping?
Probably soon enough. Because I wanted to get another one in the can, but I think I'm just gonna drop the first episode. Because they're gonna be random. Just talking different things, like trying to go over, make sense of a lot of this, and the best way to do that is by learning it, because I see a lot of misinformation constantly. Like, people were putting out the other day, and I think I want to do something on this about how they passed the bill, and some were saying that Democrats voted against no tips on no tax on tips, or income tax and all that stuff, and I was just like, wasn't even in there, and this wasn't the bill. It was a reconciliation. So I mean, there's things to learn, and I think that's a lot of what's going on in the world today. Is I'm not saying I know it all, but if I can learn it along with you, talk about it, maybe dumb it down a little bit, because listen, that's what I do.
If you ever want to mix dystopian literature, film into that, I would volunteer myself. Let me say that.
I always choose the side of positivity if I can. Like, I may not be feeling it, but I always try to brighter day. If the Constitution is this easy to rip apart, then we don't deserve to have it. I'm sorry, but it's true. And I don't think it is. I think it's a perfectly imperfect system, and it's something that works. And yes, it can be exploited. We've seen it before. It can be pushed. It can be prodded on, but it will still remain in effect. It's the system that still works after 250 years versus everybody else's democracies and systems. It's because that system stands above any one person, and that's why it was made. Because, and honestly, I don't know where I've read this or I've heard it, but it was true. The men who made that system knew they were imperfect, knew that times were changing, and that they had to make a system that could change with it, but for the betterment of everybody, that stood above everybody. That's why he cannot take this down. He can try his damnedest. He can push and prod. He cannot listen to it. But every day we see failures. Every day we see misinformation or corrections and this, like that. And it is more and more present every day. Why? Because you can be all about shock and awe. But we're going to tell you, as Americans, the greatest fighting machine in the world is an American push too far. Try to take freedom, and we're going to let you know.
He's right.
And we'll do it by law, and we'll do it by order, but we'll do it the right way. And that's because the Constitution is a perfect system. It may not have always been there for everybody, but that's because people corrupted what it meant and interpreted it different. And that's why, but they can never last, because the system keeps going on, and it has to recycle things out. We need to fix certain things, of course. And I'm not saying that everything was perfect 2 months ago, but we need to fix things, of course, but not this way. We do it within the letter and framework of the system.
I'm not laughing at you, Mick. I'm laughing at our co-host.
What movies? No, not a movie synopsis. I just believe in it. When people talk about America, and I've said this before, when people talk about America, the America that I know we all really stand for is the one that sees us build out, is the one that wants a better America. We may have
talking about
some may have completely abandoned that hope, but it's true. Like when they say true justice in the American way, that's been so misconstrued, just like so much of the system. But I will tell you, that was written by 2 Jewish writers who believed in it, who believed past in what we had, what's something special. Even though it was bad, we could believe in the hope of good people always rising up. And I'm going to tell you right now, that's America is filled with good people willing to rise up. We've progressed. We've gotten past things that other countries are still fledgling with, and we keep on pushing. And when they try to push back, we keep on pushing. So I'm going to say to all of you, all marginalized groups, people out there are saying you're uneducated, you don't know anything, blah, blah, blah. Come together. You know what America is. You know what it can be. Push past it. Push past those traumas. Push past everything. Marginalized groups, like the trans people, you're really catching it hard right now. And we know, and we're going to keep pushing. We're going to keep going. Just like Black people, just like my Latino, fellow Americans. And even if you're undocumented and you're in here and you're, again, There are criminals, we know, and there's actual immigration processes that we can respect, and they were respected by good presidents. And I'm going to tell you, if we keep going and we keep pushing and we keep using the system the way they are, we can make it better for everybody. We can accept Latino people into this communities the way we should, because what they do for us is not short of miraculous in how they help our economy. And to take that away is just disgusting. And the mistreatment of all these people is just disgusting. And it's disgusting if you turn a blind eye to it. So don't do that. If you are against this, or you're against how things are going, then we need to stand up and we need to do better. And you make sure our voices are heard.
Nonviolent civil disobedience is in our future. Hopefully it is not taken away.
No. I believe we can bounce back. I believe everybody out there and all of our allies that are feeling the pain right now will come back to us. And they will understand that the people ultimately, because remember, it wasn't half the country that voted. It was 77 million out of 338 million.
Mm-hmm.
That's not half the country. I don't know if we know the math, but I'm not saying the Dems got half the country either. They didn't. And that's a problem. That's what both parties, and hopefully more parties that can be added into strength and at debates and everything else, which they should be. Three, no less than three. But do your jobs, people. I hear a lot of things. If you were lucky enough to be somebody that people believed in and voted for you to represent them in this constitutional republic, again, a beautifully perfect system. And if you are so disgusting of a human being that you got people to believe in you and vote for you and trust in you and put that trust in you, and you're breaking it, and then you're giving them problems out in the world, well, that's not okay. You need to step up. I don't care who's saying what or how it's going down or who feels bullied or threatened. Stand up to bullies, because that's the best way to do it. We've been watching the French president do it. We watched the British prime minister do it. We are watching other world leaders fact check this leader. You can do it too. And I'm tired of it. If you were lucky enough to have that privileged position to be voted into it, you should be fighting for your people and listening to what they have to say.
Word.
Exactly.
On this horror podcast.
Mm-hmm. And then I'm going to say, check out Popcorn and Pints this Saturday at 9 o'clock.
That is my favorite segue of all time. I don't know. Stop making me get passionate about shit.
Listen, we'll be talking about Bond, a hero we could use now.
I'm so, oh my God, dude.
No.
Oh my God. We are right now in this country, like 10,000 sharks short of being every James Bond movie.
You're right.
Like,
sharks
because it really, a friend of mine, we were talking about yesterday, a friend of mine sent me something after our show when we were talking about James Bond, and it was so on the point. It was so on the point. I just have to read it to you. Okay. Ian Fleming's original James Bond novels haven't aged well. For example, Moonraker, published almost exactly 70 years ago in April 1955, features a villain who's a super rich industrialist and rocket maker seeking to cause chaos because he's a secret Nazi. Such a silly idea.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, it's not a moon base. It's a Mars base, but, you know.
And then next Thursday,
not nearly enough. Go.
On Horror Research 30, kicking off Women's Appreciation Month. They're not just good in the kitchen. They're also good at saving lives. Resident Evil versus Underworld. Yes, we're going there, and yes, we're doing that. And you guys should check it out. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and hit that bell so once the show channel goes live, you'll know. You can tune in and have a good time. Oh, and I'll be playing that horror game tomorrow. I'm a little high, so I forgot what it's called, but you know what I'm talking about. The ghost and shit. Be playing that around 10 o'clock. So I'll see you in your nightmares. Peace.
Don't go to the Massage Envy and watch.
Phasmophobia. Yeah, and don't go to that massage parlor either.